What's going on, everybody? TG here, back with another video. Hope you all had a wonderful day. Hope you all had a wonderful week. I know I had a pretty decent week. Started off pretty bad, ended off pretty good. That's the way we like it. Let's just jump right into this. Dow dropping 66 points today. S&P not even moving much. Nasdaq not even moving much. Small cap getting hit pretty hard, and the volatility going down a little bit. So overall, not a bad day, especially after the run that we've had this week. I think a pullback was definitely healthy. And, we had a little bit of a pullback, and we showed a lot of strength, actually. If we go ahead right now and look at Amazon especially, because that's like my only holding, really. Amazon got mutilated in the first 30 minutes of the market. Down 95 points at one point. And it just fought. It fought so hard and got all the way back. Started losing it again. Down 30 again. We're like, oh, shoot, we might lose this. Bam. It's a warrior. That stock's a warrior to only finish down, 0.4% today. It's not bad at all. So as you guys can see, we lost like $317 on Amazon today, but, not bad overall, especially after the week it's had. So let's jump into what I did this week and how much we made this week, because it was a green week today. It was not a red week. It was a green week. It started off red, as you guys can see, down at one point in the lowest of the day. It was about 4K down for this week, but we clawed our way back. Had a little bit of a run. Oh, we're back to even. Down 1,000. Boom, up 3K. Started to keep climbing. Here we go, up 5K. We just kept climbing. We kept climbing. At one point, we were up huge, 8K. Lost a little bit of it today, obviously, and then we clawed right back. $7,367 in 1 week after starting the week off terrible. Guys, this was an amazing week. This was what we call smart plays. And you know what the smartest play was? Buying the dip. A lot of misconception about buying the dip. Oh, you got to make sure it's a smart thing. Obviously, make sure it's a good company. I bought the dip on Amazon. All right. Amazon dipped hard for no reason after amazing earnings. I went ahead, slid those chips in the middle of the table, doubled down, bought like 5 more shares, and then it popped. We ended up making a ton of money from it. So, our accounts closed at a high this week. Obviously, the highest was about 73K, but I'm very happy that we closed above $72,000. It's mind-boggling, the amount that we've made in these past 3 months. Since I've started this channel about 2 months ago, not even. 13.6K, like it's crazy, and I really want to go over a couple things with you guys, and mainly account preservation and preservation of capital. And it's a very smart thing. It's not about making wealth a lot of the times. It's about preserving what you have. And one of the best traders I ever known taught me that. One of my dad's best friends, actually, he's an amazing commodities futures trader. Has made tens of millions of dollars doing it. And he wrote me out a bunch of rules. And this was in March after I had lost almost everything, putting 100% of my money into one risky stock and, just getting absolutely crashed. Like it hurt, but I had to learn the hard way, and it took me losing, a ton of money to, find the strategies that worked for me to make it back. Okay. And one of those was preservation of capital, like preserve what you have. And it's so true. I always think about that. I try to hold levels that I'm at. Okay. And even when things go down, I'm like, okay, at the end of the week, I want to get back to this level by any means necessary. And, if that means I got to go out and work, a couple extra hours to put that into my Robinhood account to make that level go back, so be it. It forces me to work hard, and it forces me to make smart choices, because I don't want my account dropping under certain levels. And obviously sometimes it happens. Like, as you guys saw when Amazon took that dip, at one point we were in the 50s that day. When beginning of the day, we were in the 50s. It was bad. Okay. But I had a decision to make. Okay, am I going to sell my positions? Am I going to do absolutely nothing? Or am I going to play it a little bit risky and buy some of this stock on margin? So we bought about $25,000 worth of Amazon on margin. And it paid off because Amazon went right back up. And, we did something smart yesterday as well. We sold 2.5 shares of Amazon. Doesn't seem like much, but, it's about $7,000, $8,000 worth of Amazon sold yesterday. We did that to preserve our capital, make it less risky. So that way, if it does have a bad down date, which it did today, and then it recovered, obviously, but, it's to make sure we are not dropping under certain positions. We're also getting rid of our margin. We're only using 15K now. Okay, obviously, if Amazon shoots up to about 3,500, we're going to go ahead and sell another 3 shares, 2 shares maybe. We'll see, depending on how the run is and why the run is happening, to be safe and get rid of margin and, play it safe. That's something I want to do. I also want to get into SPY pretty soon. I want to pick up 100 shares of the SPY, and I want to start running the wheel on it. So sell a put on it, and then sell calls if I get assigned. I got to check what my buying power is. I don't know exactly right now, but we're going to check right now. So if I went ahead and sold a put on the SPY for, 1 under whatever it is now, 350, we have 35K of buying power, so we're able to do that. We're able to sell that one put. So we're thinking of doing that. We might actually go ahead and do that. If Monday starts off pretty red, we'll go ahead and sell a put on it. But obviously we don't want to be assigned because we don't want to use that much margin. So we're going to play it safe and find out if it's justified, if it's warranted to sell a put on it. But, basically that's what I was doing this week, guys. I was just playing it safe with Amazon and Apple. Now, I had Apple. I got assigned at 113 last week. It went down, and then it went up to like 110, and I sold a call for 113, and I ended up getting it getting taken away. So, we made between the put that we sold on it, which was $250 something, and the call that we sold, which is $300 or $100. We made $350 in total on Apple this week. So that's a pretty good week. $350 in a week is, no one's ever going to complain about that. I know it's a ton of money. So that was good. Obviously, we could have made a lot more, about $800, had we just held the shares and, waited to write that call. But, you can't make every play perfect. And that's another thing. We don't try to time things so perfectly all the time that you end up losing money because of it. Okay. And, in this case for Apple had just gone up about 3%. So I was like, okay, it's just gone up 3%. I want to be able to make some money today or some money this week. So I'll go ahead and sell a call for $3 higher than it is now. So that way, if it goes up another I make another $300. Okay, I'll lose it at the price I bought it for. So I'll break even on gains from appreciation. But I got $250 for the put that I sold, and I'm getting another $100 for the call that I sold. So if all goes according to plan, I'll make $350. And so you have to put things into perspective as well, because $350 for some traders is not much. For others, it is a bunch. Now, I try to always remember, where I came from, last year, where, a year ago today, I only had about $12,000 in trading. I had about $6,000 in my TD Ameritrade account, and I had about $6,000 in my Robinhood account. And so, that $300 is a ton of money for me. And I always try to keep that perspective on things when I'm doing these trades and stuff like that. And, it really helps out. Like because your accounts are going to grow. If you play it smart and you bullish on the market long term, and you're holding long stock, your account's going to increase. And if you make, selling calls and stuff like that, you got to realize and put it into perspective how much money, you're making every week. So when I do my strategy where I'm selling puts and I'm collecting like $200 a week or $300, $400 a week, I'm selling calls and doing the same thing. Like, you have to realize that. You have to put that into consideration. Like, that's a lot of money. Like, that could be like 2 weeks of that could pay your rent, like stuff like that. And like, for someone that obviously needs money to pay for things, like, it really helps out. And, I always encourage my my fans and, whoever's like watching, like, I encourage you guys to, be frugal. Okay. Like, live below your means right now. Like, especially if you're young. Obviously, if you're old and you have a family, okay, it's different. Don't put your family through that if you don't have to. But like, for someone like me, I try to live below my means all the time. Like, I make my own food. I don't go out much to eat. I ride a bike everywhere. I'm waiting to buy a car, preferably the Tesla 25K one when it comes out. I live below my means, and it's not fun. Obviously, like, there's nothing fun about, like when I'm in Florida, like riding my bike in the rain to class, a 20-minute bike ride. Like, obviously it'd be a lot nicer to get in a car, where you're not soaking wet and drenched and going to class. But, I always say struggle now, thrive later. And it's, you'll get ripped on for it a little bit by some people, but at the end of the day, it's you. If you go ahead and drop like 10K on a car, Okay, well then that's 10K less that you can use to make money on. You even get 10% a year in the SPY. That's an extra $1,000 a year. You do that for 4 years while you're in college, extra 4K. You can get yourself a car with the money you just made off that, and that's assuming you make the bare minimum. So I don't know. I'm going off on a little tangent, but I've seen a lot of you guys asking like, oh, like how do I make this money? How do I keep this money? And just live below your means. Trust me. If you're young, just live below your means. Struggle a little bit, And I look at it. I try to find the positives in it. Like, yeah, riding a bike sucks sometimes, but you know what? It's like, all right, I use it as like, all right, I'm getting fit this way. I'm saving money and I'm getting in good shape, and I'm learning. I'm learning the value of like what it's like to struggle a little bit, and I feel like that's good. And then when you get back to a different place, when you actually have something, you're gonna appreciate it so much more. So, that's what happened this week. We made really good money. It was probably the best week I've ever had in the market. After last week was probably the worst week, as you guys can see. It was a bloodbath initially, but we made it back, and we're doing well now. So the goal is to keep this going, and not to lose what we have. And that's why I'm not buying calls. I'm not buying puts. I'm not trying to time this market, because as you guys can see, the unpredictable happens all the time. So that's really about it, guys. I'm very grateful to have a wonderful week in the market. I hope you guys are having a great week in the market as well. Some of you guys have been posting your gains. I've seen some of you guys absolutely kill it on NEO and a couple of those stocks. Really wish I could have got into those, but I never did, unfortunately. Couldn't pull the trigger. But congrats for you guys. And like I said, we have a Discord, and that's what I'm talking about when I talk about this stuff. We have a Discord in the link in the description below with a bunch of traders and stuff. We'll give out advice and signals and all that different stuff like that. And just a good community of traders who are, we're interested in investing in our lives and investing and making something out of our lives. So if you want a part of it, it's free. Just go ahead and join the Discord. And if you guys like this video, remember to like and subscribe. It means the world to me. And I hope you all have a wonderful weekend, and get a chance to take a break from the stress in the market, and go out and have some fun. So anyways, guys, thanks for everything. I'll talk to you guys next video, and have a wonderful weekend. Bye, guys.